Hello, everyone, and welcome to Drifting.
I'm sorry. I was going to complain about Roll20, and then we were starting.
Well, it's fine. We're not sponsored by Roll20, so you can shit on them all you like. Roll20's kind of crap.
No, it's pretty good. Their music, their audio shit is just not good enough.
It's so annoying. And, you know, I wish there was a bit more space for images too. But, hey, it is what it is. Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to Drifting, episode 24, and also the finale.
It's still the best program to use.
Yeah.
Roll20, you know, okay.
Just giving that back door for the sponsorship.
Oh. Yeah, any sponsor can backdoor me if they
Any
want.
backdoor,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah. I'll make it fit. So...
Oh, God.
Well, that's it. That's done. There's not a chance now.
You're going to get some weird sponsorship.
Hey, if they're giving me money. So, I'm Sheepdog. I run the Wandering Inn. This is the Wandering Inn. You know what? Let's do the let's do the typical outro here, where we go and talk about everyone and what you do and everything, because you know, just in case we run to the wire, that means we don't have to do them then. So I'm Sheepdog, Wandering Inn. Patreon, if you want to support, go follow Twitter. If you're watching on YouTube, you know, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And go check out the Discord. One of the things we do, especially if you're a Patreon, or if you're a Twitch subscriber, we do occasional nights where we all jump into a voice chat, do things like play board games. Yesterday we played Uno, and we played, God, what was it? Codenames, which was a lot of fun. And very silly. But let's start with who's paying the least attention. Peachy.
Hi, my name's Peachy Pixelate. I will be playing Colton today, who is a hardened war criminal. He's pretty old, gruffled, grizzled. Gruffled?
Is he a gruffalo?
Is that a word?
It is now. He's gruffled and grizzled. The trifecta.
I think gruffled is when you get mauled by a gruffalo.
By Mark Gruffalo.
Yeah.
Specifically. And I stream on Twitch, Peachy Pixelate. You can find all that stuff there.
Okay.
Hot potato.
I think we killed Tess.
Yes, you did.
And now I will rename my Zoom name. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Hot Potato Millie. Correct.
Oh, shit. Hi, everybody. I'm Amelia Tyler. I'm really glad / very upset that you can't see our private chat right now. I'll be playing Nomi for you today and definitely not distracting people during their intros. Follow me over on Twitter because that's where I live. Safi!
Hello, I'm Safi and I play Astrid, the lovable, stupid engineer on the Deepwater ship. You can find me at Safi Pine, Twitch and Twitter, and I'm purposely not looking at the Zoom chat because I know they're trying to throw me off. I don't have a schedule, but you should follow me so you can find out when I'm live. Yes.
Oh, God. I am the girl that literally cannot stop laughing because I can't stop looking at the Zoom chat
Stop
because
looking at the Zoom chat.
Okay, hi. I stream on weekends most of the time. I'm doing some morning streams this week, maybe, hopefully, possibly. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Test Games. I might be doing TikTok soon. That's it.
Ooh, for you.
Who are you playing? Who are you playing?
On TikTok?
On character.
Oh,
Were you
Kareen.
playing
I'm
on
Kareen. I'm sorry. Okay, so the show and the intros and outros that Peachy has done. Damn it, she. Throughout the course of the show, I think have gotten better. My ability to maintain composure and any pretense at sanity has gotten significantly worse.
I think my intros and outros have gone worse, to be honest, but me.
Nobody's improved here.
No.
Let's
Still
not lie
dragged
to each other just because
down.
this is the end.
No.
We've all got worse. That's it.
Oh, God,
Also-
I love you guys.
Also, whoever's been typing in the Zoom chat, you spelled Jubilee wrong.
No, I didn't.
Oh God.
Here we are at the 60th annual Queen's Jubilee. Anyway, what happened last episode? Was last episode the one with the creepy old man who disturbed everyone?
No.
Yes.
No?
That was
That was the one before last.
That was the one
Yeah.
before. I remember
There
now.
we go.
Thank you.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Last week we went cloud surfing.
Last week was
And-
cloud surfing, and we had another
Creepy ship.
abandoned ship.
Was I there?
Yeah.
Yes, you were.
You were there. You
I'm-
let
I-
the.
I'd like to apologize in advance. My brain doesn't work very good when it's overheated.
Oh, actually, before we do any more recap, very important to say that everyone here is very hot, and not in a kind of like
Yeah,
oh,
we
yeah,
are, baby.
but in a temperature wise, because it is hot everywhere.
It just
And
hit
it
30
sucks.
degrees.
My
Yeah.
ice
You-
pack looks like this. Ice shouldn't bend.
UK is currently in a heat wave.
So because of that, and because none of us have things that hot countries have, because we're not a hot country in either way, really.
none of you guys have AC, right?
No, and
No.
all our buildings are built
Designed to
specifically to
keep
keep heat in.
Yeah.
It's great.
God.
I hate
So
everything.
sorry.
Because
So
of
sorry.
calm down. Because of that, we will be having fans on. We'll be having windows open. If you hear a car going past, you may wonder to yourself, what's happening in drifting where a car is driving past? Use your imagination. I leave it open to you.
Susie's first words.
Okay.
Colin has his hair tied up in a ponytail as well. That's why you can't see it under the hat.
I'd like that to be canon now. That's the sound Grey Licks make. They just sound like cars.
Instead of mooing, it's like...
What's the police siren? Because I do get those quite a lot around here.
Oh God.
Oi, do police sirens wee woo or do they Nino?
I don't know.
Nino is ambulance. Weewoo is police car.
Yeah, there you go.
That's just
Nina
science.
and Wee Woo sound like those kind of nicknames you give your grandparents.
Grandparents, yeah.
Nina, make me some moon pie.
So,
God.
I just wanted everyone to know that, because in general we try and we try and keep things fairly immersive, so you can get into it and enjoy the show. But there's only so far you could ask people to go, and apparently sitting in a puddle of your own sweat while where you've got all the windows closed, the fans off, and all your cosplay on is a little bit too much to ask. So,
I mean,
wanted to-
in
Close the
fairness, I've only
window,
got my
so-
cosplay onto the waist. Below that,
don't ask.
let's not.
Just running free.
No, it's full raptor costume below the waist, as usual.
That's a costume. So. Oh shit! I forgot. Secret
It's
lizard.
a genetic
society.
condition, Sheepy. Have some... Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Use some moisturizer for fuck's sake.
So, if you'd like, after watching the show, whatever, down below the video on Twitch, also below the video in the description on YouTube, is a link to all these lovely people. If you enjoy drifting, if you have liked what we brought you, go give them a look. Watch a couple of streams of theirs. Watch a couple of things of theirs. That, I'm sure you all have already. But if you haven't yet, then do it. Why
Give
not?
me money.
Yeah, don't watch Pete. Just give him some money and he'll go away. It's fine.
I don't want you in my chat. Get out.
So last week we had some cloud surfing. It was a lot of fun. Kareen finally got to cloud surf on White Rock. White Rock is an interesting place. It's essentially completely covered by cloud, and the cloud's a lot denser, a lot weirdly more supportive clouds.
Oh, cool.
Then the crew has decided to head off towards the inner system, and more specifically Somalis, to go and meet the director praxis of the inner intelligence agency, who Nomi used to work for in a very vague sense, you know, like superior of a superior of a superior. As you've been invited there to come and have a conversation, which I'm sure will go fine. So,
Yep.
on the way, there was I believe it was a patrol ship. I can't remember what class it was, but actually I can remind myself because it's still on the Roll20. It's a patrol corvette, which I believe was a Encroacher Corporation model, but I can't remember which corporation. I think they actually only have one. Oh god, to the law! I have a law handout literally just for corporations. Yes, Artemis All Planetary Designs, the only corporation, like proper one in the EAP. So they went aboard, significantly cautious, started to find that a lot of people were dead in their bunks, realized that this is probably the same thing that they've encountered a couple of times before while traveling through the system, or the systems, and decided to leave and set it to explode just in case anyone else ran into it. The ship exploded, they went, okay, and then kept heading on towards Somalis. So, I think we will rejoin the crew as we are heading, I think. So here's a question, I think just for everyone really. Is there much that needs to be discussed, that needs to be talked about, or even wants to be? Is there anything that needs a highlight brought to it, essentially? Because, you know, as you're heading in, getting closer to Somalis, getting closer to the inner system, once you get there, you're going to head to the kind of designated building and go in and talk to the head of the inner agency, intelligence agency.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I can't
it's
think of anything.
in that case, it'll probably be mostly just everyday work, you know, just because, you know, you're heading off to a reasonably important meeting, still got to do the everyday to day, fixing the engines, reconnecting frayed power lines, replacing frayed power lines. I would say, Nomi, you've probably, at this point, restored the garden fully to what it was before you left. And Ikara and Romy, you know, wandering around the ship, helping out where they can. Essentially, they tend to, you know, be the assistant when there's a specific thing that needs to be done. They don't have a particular core job while you're in flight and doing things. Unless someone gets injured, then Ikara steps in. Unless a decision needs to be made, in which case Roby steps in. And of course, who can forget cooking? All important job. So, what I would say is, unless anyone has a particular meal they would like to make, I will highlight a dinner when everyone has sat down and is waiting for Romy to bring out the food, which smells quite tasty. There's, as it's laid down, it is basic pasta, tomato, basil,
No, there's no tomatoes on the ship.
No
ever
tomatoes.
since the
They all
incident.
went out the airlock.
Yeah, we
Did
jettisoned
you
all the tomatoes.
really get rid of all the
Yeah, we
put all the
airlocked every
tomatoes in the
tomato.
I
airlock.
thought that was a joke.
No,
we did
dangerous.
they are banned now. It's written into the manifest.
You guys
Yep.
are
Much
ridiculous.
too dangerous.
Oh, also the boiler's broken. I can't turn it off.
Shit. So for the finale, we're all walking around in various states of undress. Like Colton's just in booty shorts.
It's not something I needed to imagine.
You can see his shoulder, how it's like connected. Like he's missing half of his fucking torso where this arm is connected onto him
So-
to get enough purchase.
Does that mean that Romy's wearing nothing but an apron that says "kiss the chef"?
That's not very befitting of a captain, I don't think.
It's not. No.
I would
I ain't a
sail in that
captain.
ship.
Jorts. No, he's a homestead boy. He's wearing jorts. Colton is wearing jorts.
Yeah.
Tight jorts.
In that case, we'll go for the soup and bread bowl, because that's a nice little meal to
Perfect for
have.
hot weather.
It's not hot out in space. It's
It's
It's the
gazpacho.
boiler's broken. Gazpacho soup.
Yeah,
Got
so
any
the
veggies?
the cooling vents won't open. The only way to cool down the ship is every 6 hours we can vent the ship, but between those times, it's gonna get hot.
Someone's never heard of escapism.
Nomi's just under the sprinklers she's made in the garden, like rigged up sprinklers, just like.
With the heat and the water, her head just goes.
I've just got Susie swimming around. I'd take what was, supposed to be a big old mixing bowl, and it's got like cold water and ice in it, and I've just got Susie just like splashing around in there.
How
keeping it
big is
cool.
Susie now? She's like dog-sized, isn't she?
More cat, small dog, like Chihuahua type, maybe.
Okay.
Daddy's-
I guess I was already doing a small dog size.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got the big old mixing bowl kind of thing. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to cook out of this again.
So at this point, you're probably just starting to enter the inner system on the edge. Got a few more days until you hit Somalis, and as you're eating and just kind of having generalized chatter, Romy looks up and says, "So, we've got a couple more days before we get in. Well, before we start orbiting around Somalis and head down. Naomi, is everything set? Your that director person knows we're coming."
I would hope so. She did invite us.
Good. I think it's worth talking about, how we're gonna go in there. If we're all gonna go, or...
Guns blazing.
No.
That sounds like a terrible idea, Colton.
I'm just saying it's on the table.
Did he
Why
cock
would
his
that be
gun? I
on the
couldn't
table?
tell.
There's nowhere to keep a gun. It's just tight jorts.
Tight jorts and a ponytail.
Hotter than a raccoon's ballsack in here.
Like, Naomi used to live in a jungle and her hair's going like,
What?
look a
Only
bit.
3 more hours
Look
and
a
we
bit
can vent the
fluffy.
ship.
It looks fine.
Fluffy.
God, can't we stop off somewhere to fix this problem?
We need to replace the parts.
So we can do that after we've docked and gone to this meeting, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got a decent amount of spare money currently, so it's not going to be an issue.
Okay.
Although we'll probably be wanting to pick up a new job soon, so
Yeah.
Colton, have a little ask around while we're, in Somalis, see if we can pick up something. Pays all right.
Copy that.
Alright, well, I guess my question essentially extends is, if any of you don't want to go, especially you know me, it's worth saying now.
No, it's fine.
Alright.
I trust her.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, if anything, Nomi's the one who knows the best, so doesn't it make sense that Nomi's one of the people who goes?
As long
Well,
as she's comfortable.
yeah, but
You
at the
don't
same
have to
time-
go, I think. Is
Yeah.
what.
Then she has to. I'm just saying logically.
I mean, I'm curious to have a couple of questions asked. I know that, so.
I just want to get in that building. You know they've got AC down there.
Oh. I hadn't thought of that.
It's-
And she'll be fine as soon as we dock. Like, it's just the ship's boiler that's broken. It's not everywhere.
Yeah.
Nobi is just gently steaming.
Aside from that, Astrid, you have a message waiting for you down on the bridge.
Yeah?
Yeah, come from terra firma station.
Oh, shit.
Question.
Yeah.
I know what terra firma station is. Does Carlton know what terra firma station is?
Astrid did go into it.
I don't think I said it to the rest. I can't remember. Did I tell the rest of the crew or not?
I don't
know if I
remember
just
you
told-
telling us.
I only just like told Romy and the captain, so now I'm just like,
No, I'm pretty sure when you came back from terra firma station, you went into where you're from and like origins. So
She
Did I?
told Cotton that she lived aboard a station, but I don't think it was mentioned or gone into in detail to Colton at least.
okay.
I'll be honest, I don't remember that bit. I remember saying that I went home.
You may have just said you went home.
Yeah.
Well, I would say in that case, Romy would have said from the station, unless you have told everyone in the interim, you know, in the times when we're not watching, essentially.
I don't think she would have.
Okay. In that case, he would say either from home, you know, indicating the station, or from the station.
Okay, thanks. I'll check on that in a bit.
Yeah.
Oh me, I need to fix the sprinklers in the garden.
Fix.
Yeah,
What? Why?
I don't know. Just gotta make sure they're okay.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
I'll give you 5 minutes to do that then.
Well, after the meeting and food. Are we having a meeting? Is there a meeting, Captain?
We're having the meeting
Right.
now. Yeah. I thought
Okay.
while we ate, we could talk. Yeah.
All the butter's melted.
It's in the fridge.
Yeah. I should turn the fridge off.
Rich!
Nomi
Fridge.
walks to the walk-in freezer and just walks in.
Kareen runs after her.
Someone's gonna have to remember
Good
to
idea.
open that later.
Don't leave the door open, you... Jesus.
I'll message into the freezer. So, the harder that freezer works for you, the more heat is gonna pump out to the ship and make it worse.
Well, isn't it just doing the same as it would for the food, just with us?
Oh, the food has already reached equilibrium for very cold temperature.
I would like to reach equilibrium too.
Can I ask? Do you guys think there's an intercom in the fridge?
Yes, it's a very big walking freezer.
Yes. But basic physics, places of heat go to places of cold, and it will always attempt to equal out the temperature, and because it can never achieve that due to your internal body temperature, it's going to be working harder.
Therefore increasing the heat on the ship.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Damn it.
Just
A
walk
screen will
out of the
come
freezer,
out, yeah.
just like, meh.
Yeah. Not happy.
Also, if Colton's getting to go fix the sprinklers, I think we all get a turn at fixing the sprinklers.
Yes, I agree.
They're
Turns.
genuinely broken.
You have showers.
So a fun thing about the showers with the boiler going down.
Is Colton still in the freezer?
I was never. What? I was never in the freezer. I stepped out the freezer. I was just making sure no one else was in there.
Step out the freezer. I
Close
was
the
never
door
in the
behind me.
freezer.
That big, he didn't know he was in it.
You never saw me in the freezer.
So the problem with the general plumbing, apart from when I've managed to route to the garden, which is the most important thing that we get water there. It's about a 95-degree water coming from the shower.
If you'd like to go and stand in the garden, I would
Ship
advise
meeting
it.
in the garden.
Ship meeting in the garden.
Ship
Yes,
meeting
okay.
in the garden.
Just all of us under the sprinklers.
Alright, well, Astrid, don't forget you have that message.
Yeah, I was about to say, is there anything else that we're talking about, or
And
feel good?
yeah, no, that's fine.
Thank you.
And Romy starts collecting up finished plates, and you lot go and shower in the garden, I guess.
So, itinerary number. We'll go in reverse order. Itinerary number 741. Reclaiming all full stops placed in every contract to double spaced. All of those in favor say aye.
Sure. Yes.
I'm gonna.
140.
I'm gonna go to the bridge and check my messages.
Okay. You have a message from Edranius King.
Oh boy.
PG.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
What's happening?
I'm so hot. I pushed the wrong button. I'm so sorry.
So Adrianis wants to tell me about.
Whatever.
Oh, sorry. It's alright. Sorry.
Adrianis wants to tell me about pain and regret.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, and what does he actually want to tell me?
Sorry, I hit the wrong button there for a second. And then the message carries on. Astrid, hey, hope you're doing well. Hope your friends on that little boat are having a alright time of it. I just wanted to message you to let you know that it looks like, like we talked about before, it looks like the station's going to be taking off soon. Another 6 months or so, and the construction will be finished. I've got you a passage for you and your family if you want to come with. But if you don't, then I can arrange for your family to be settled down somewhere of your choice. And, send over a little money. I'll see them squared away to whichever planet you desire. Just let me know, essentially. So, I'll look out for your message. It's up to you, really. Alright, have a good one. Don't worry, I've got some of the lads keeping an eye on the shop. Everything's going fine, but if you want to check back in, or if you want me to buy you out, if you don't want to come with, let me know. Alright, chat you later. Bye. It's a bit earlier than was originally, talked about, but
Yeah. A lot earlier. 6 months. Okay. Fuck. So, don't have to write him back right away.
hey, you've got time.
Yeah, I mean, 6 months is a little while at least.
Does Astrid have any initial leanings? It's kind of a big thing to
Yeah.
decide on.
I just don't get why so soon. Unless they're scared of this virus thing making it to terra firma. I think I want to go talk to Romy if he's on his own.
Everyone else is showering in the garden, so
Yeah.
Romeo will be in the kitchen just washing up.
Hey.
Hey, you alright?
Not really. I mean, I guess I am. I just got a strange message from someone back home.
Was it your folks?
No, business associate. I don't.
Not a criminal, right?
And,
Yeah, alright.
alright, fucking judgy. Are you gonna arrest him?
No. I used to be a cop, so excuse
Oh,
me.
really? I enjoyed finding that out.
Yeah,
remember?
excuse me
Yeah.
if there's some residual judgment left over from those times.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Terra Firma's taking off. Like, I think they want to leave the system.
Kind of makes sense. It's not the... Wait, so is that... I have more questions I need to ask that lady. And your family's on there, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to decide... go with, or...
Yeah, I mean, this friend of mine, he said that he'd have passage for them and for me if I wanted. Well, he said if I don't go, then he'd still make sure they're alright, and they could sell off my, I guess, my ticket, and
Yeah.
so I could settle elsewhere, but I'm really conflicted because, I mean, if terra firma leaves the system, like, what's the chances of me ever finding it again?
I'm assuming it's not gonna be a return trip, right?
No. Like, it's gonna be far away from Encroacher and Annie, and it's not gonna be Romy. It's not gonna be in the system.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably the world's biggest spaceship. You put thrusters on a station, I guess it turns into a spaceship, but no, unless you recreate that, how do you jump from system to system? That's just not something that's done.
I mean, that's always been the problem, right? Is, like, we can go between these systems here, Inner, Encroacher, Annie Benny, because they're close together. You know, kind of comparatively, but all the others, well, with our current propulsion and fuel consumption, 180 years away. But I don't know, kind of makes sense to fit up a ship, send it out there. Something big, can survive on its own, you know, self-sufficient for a long time, lots of people.
Just... I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like... Yeah, my family is on there, but...
What's the time frame?
6 months. I know I don't have to decide tonight.
No, but it's worth starting to think about. It's something you're gonna have to process. I mean, look at it this way. It's not gonna be too difficult for us to find somewhere for your folks, for your family to live, if needed, right? I mean, I already have an idea.
Do you think they're leaving because they know what's happening?
So, do you remember when the EAP boarded and tried to take over the terra firma station?
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened after that?
Riots?
And they got thrown off, and they got into trouble with the inner government, with the initiative, and were forced to pay reparations.
Yeah.
By essentially fixing the damage that they did and helping to fix up terra firma station.
Yeah.
What if all that was planned? To use as an excuse to get engineers and mechanics on to fit up the ship with everything needed to turn it into what is essentially a world ship. That way, if it didn't work, if it failed, then no one would be any the wiser, and you wouldn't have a situation like what happened before.
I don't know what's for the best. Like, my family's there, but I've got a family here.
Right.
And I don't know if I want to settle my family somewhere in the system if this...
Well, I mean, if you have to settle your family, there's only one place that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Colton's farm. They need more hands. You need to know that your family's in a decent place with good people. Just makes sense. I'm sure Colton wouldn't mind. I can probably order him not to mind, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Then there's this virus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully we're gonna find out about that.
Yeah.
But tell you what, have a think on it. You don't, as you said, you don't need to decide right now, and you know what the options are. We'll go talk to this. We'll go talk to this director. You might have a few extra questions for her now, and that might help you make a decision. And hey, it means we all might have the option of going with you. Be a shame to leave in a way, but might not be too bad.
If that was an option, you'd come to Terra Firma.
I don't know. I guess that's my decision. I'll have a think on it. Wouldn't say no, but I don't know.
Okay.
You gonna tell the rest of the crew about it?
I've got time. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't leave it too late, cause they'll need to make a decision too.
Yeah.
Alright. He like absent-mindedly pats you on top of the head.
I'm gonna stop it.
Go fix the engine.
It's fixed. They're broken to begin with. Fucking hell.
And ship carries on through space. What I will say is, unless anyone has a conversation they want to have specifically, we will rejoin everyone. Yeah, actually, I think, honestly, we'll rejoin everyone standing outside a very tall building on Sumalis. Few
It
days.
is so much colder out here.
Few days have passed. You've docked to the station orbiting Sumalis. It's a Delax station, of course. Taken a shuttle down here. Question: have you left all your weapons?
No.
Okay.
I
got
think
my
unless
strap.
We have to.
I've probably got a poly somewhere. Oh, I probably would have told Astrid to take hers as well. Although she probably would have taken it anyway.
Yeah. When did you get a poly?
I have a fucking armory.
You don't have a poly.
I don't have a poly.
You don't have a holdout gun.
What was the one from that I used when we went to be detectives on that thing?
That's Astrid's. You asked her for it.
Alright. Well, I've still got my strap.
Yeah.
Big gun strapped to my thigh.
Well, what I'll say is you are heading to meet the head of an intelligence agency at one of their official buildings. So, if you want to take guns, sure.
I'll
I'm
take
sure they'll
I'll take a
very good
rifle.
care of them.
I'll take a rifle as well.
Grenades, rocket launcher.
I will take 3 grenades, like hanging off a bandolier.
Colton, stop it.
When?
They
don't
they'll
need
just
that
make
much.
you wait outside
You're
the building.
just
They
gonna
won't
have
let you
to
into
leave that with them.
Yeah.
Just
You're
like,
either gonna have to.
Cold dead fingers.
right. Well then,
You know what that place is?
yes.
You know what that place is full of?
People who could know where to search to find hidden weapons, and those aren't
Assholes,
even hidden.
correct. Assholes.
It's
I
just-
look over to Astrid to see if she's got it, I'm looking at you to see if you've got, if you give me any notion to say, oh no, I'm strapping.
Colton,
Yes.
not the rifle, not the grenades. And if you have any
Flashbangs.
if you have any detonation charges, also leave those.
I pull out this entire charger.
Right. You're
I'm
still
gonna
gonna
pull again. I then pull like a revolver out of my my boot.
You're still gonna have to leave your weapons at the if you have any.
Shotgun like this, just shoved down my coat down the back. Oh. It's a World War II era M26. It's a joke. It's a visual joke. It's
It's like Mary Poppins' bag, but with weaponry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Astrid will have just a standard issue pistol. She won't be stupid enough to bring a poly into some intelligence building.
Astrid, where's your
curious.
Astrid? Where's your
Do you
poly?
hear that? Is that the wind?
Astrid.
Huh?
Where's your poly?
Where's my what?
Where's your holdout, poly?
Oh, not with me, you idiot.
Why not? That's literally what it's for.
Yes, Colton, let's go and walk into the head of an intelligence agency with a fucking illegal weapon. That will go down well with me
Yes,
with my previous
let's-
criminal record.
Let's walk into a building full of assassins unarmed.
I have a regular standard issue pistol.
I'm like carrying all these guns.
If
I
they
mean, they're
want to
just not
kill
gonna let
you,
us in.
you'll die very quickly anyway, so...
I'm not dying unarmed. Just like my wedding day.
See what that difference is. But alright.
It was a military wedding. It's fine.
You'll die of fucking stubbornness, you will.
I will give you $10,000 for it.
No.
Wait, really?
Shall we go?
Okay, but I need to
Yes.
go shopping.
You can go shopping on the way back.
No, on the way there.
After.
I need
After.
juice packs
After.
No.
and snacks.
No.
Come on.
We can
You
get
just
some
ate.
stuff
Weapons.
after.
I am not happy about walking into this place with nothing.
What's the
Well, then
difference?
don't walk in then.
Yeah, I mean, what's the difference walking in with something?
I can shoot back.
Okay.
They're not going to shoot us unless we give them a reason to shoot us.
Know me, how many people have you killed?
I don't know.
They're all like that.
Okay, can we just acknowledge the fact that for once, Nomi doesn't articulately know something?
It is quite nice. And also,
Wow, that must be a lot of people.
I didn't realise it was important.
I don't know how many people I've killed either.
also it's a little comforting to know that they're all like Nomi, because she lives on the ship with us and has a very active history of not killing us.
That's true.
Although we have had 2 deaths,
No,
Well, I mean, Nomi had nothing to do with that.
Yes, but we're all still here.
obviously.
Yeah.
So she's actually saved our lives a few times.
That
They-
saved my
I-
life.
Hmm.
She did shoot me though. So,
Save your life.
shooting.
small minus column over
That's
there.
kind of my logic. Shoot someone to save their life.
They're not all like me, though.
Wait, sorry.
I mean, what are they like?
I'm not sure. I was strange there, too.
Wait, sorry. We've had two deaths on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's that old guy?
Passengers.
And the medic.
Yeah, the passenger and the medic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
both completely unexplained.
Yeah.
Well, the old guy was really old.
And he was really
he
old,
was
but,
really old.
but the medic,
Right.
dead in his bunk.
Yeah.
He was
Thanks.
injured, and we didn't have a medic to look at the medic.
If you don't fix them, they die.
He was pretty messed up.
He was.
Shall we go
And
inside?
that was more weird than the old guy.
It was. That's true.
Okay, so yeah, sorry, like Kareen said, if we're going inside, you have to leave all your weapons at the entry checkpoint like everyone else. If you can't let go of them, like a baby can't let go of its toy, then you can wait outside.
Not a toy, it's literally how I defend myself.
Point still stands. You can either come inside with the rest of us, or you can wait out here.
20,000 credits.
Colton, stop it.
Okay, I want to note it down. Captain's log in the records.
You're not
This
captain.
is stupid. That's why I want it noted down. I would just note it if I was captain. I would just note it down.
Will
It
you
would
stop
all
being
matter.
so darn stubborn?
This is stupid. We're gonna walk to our own death.
Okay. That's
Then don't follow us.
Yeah, Colton, you don't have to.
I'm
come
not
if
letting you
don't
walk to
want
your death by yourselves. I would never forgive myself.
And these people are going to kill us. Why?
Because they're assholes.
I'm going in. Anyone else coming?
Yeah, I'm going in too.
No, you're not. Unless you leave all of that behind.
I've already taken all my guns off. Apart from my normal sidearm.
Yeah, that's
Which I go
fine.
everywhere with anyway.
Okay. I'm following you in.
As you walk in, there's a slightly petite lady, dark hair behind the desk. She looks up and she says, "Welcome to the Inner Intelligence Agency headquarters. How can I direct you?"
Hello.
Hi, we got a meeting.
See
have an
Caliban
appointment?
Praxis.
The director.
Yes.
Of course. Name?
Naomi. Sine.
Of course. One moment. She gets on, little kind of murmury, sotto voice conversation. Oh, of course, Mr. Day. Please, in the elevator, and it'll take you. Just get in, and it'll take you straight there.
Okay.
Straight in.
Yeah.
Yeah, follow
No.
her.
Romy goes with.
Green
Rest will
too.
follow.
You're muted.
They didn't take our weapons off us? Sweet. Follow.
The elevators close. And starts going up. The building's quite tall. Just this is the closest I could come to generic elevator music, essentially.
Jelevator.
Elevator.
Elevator,
enjoying that.
yeah.
It's called in space.
So bouncy.
Yeah, you just step in. It's just gel that goes through a tube.
Willy
No thanks,
Wonka's
I hate it.
chocolate factory
No,
in
it'd
here.
be like a ride.
But after maybe about a minute or so, seems like you've gone pretty high up on this building. The elevator ding and opens up to a big office space area, really stark. Not much of anything there. There's the light is quite low. There's big glass panels looking out. Essentially, it's not nighttime, but it's headed towards nighttime, so it's starting to get a little bit darker. The sun's starting to set, and yeah, it's what you essentially see is quite a large desk, and a chair with a quite elderly woman there, still quite severe. Actually, a similar hairstyle to Nomi in a lot of ways, just kind of grey and white. Sitting there with quite severe glasses on, those kind of horned, spiky, rimmed ones. And she looks up and says, "Yes, you made it. I was informed that you were coming this way." Well, come in, sit down.
Okay, does she mean through space or through the building? Because that felt like through space.
Could be either.
Intelligence agent.
I shoot her. No, I don't.
Additionally onto that, she's dressed fairly, just regular shirts, suity type thing. The only additionals I can really give you is that she's got quite deep bags under her eyes and she looks fairly tired.
Okay, so she's human, at least.
Please, no need to stand on ceremony or anything like that. Sit down.
What's this office like,
okay.
Sheepy?
Very bare.
Yeah, minimalistic.
Very minimalistic. There's like shelves and books behind, and you know, kind of a couple of consoles and things like that. But it's mostly like.
Has Nomi been here before?
About
particular
2
room?
or 3 times, yeah.
Okay, in which case you can see her eyes. She's hiding it as best she can, but her eyes are darting around the room, trying to figure out what's changed. She's remembering all exits, entrances, anything that can be used as a weapon, anything.
Some of the books have changed positions. There's a little potted tree, you know, one of those mini trees, just kind of sitting on the side that wasn't there before. But
Does it look healthy?
Yeah.
Good.
Aside from that, it's pretty much the same as last time you were here. So,
I'll take a seat.
Yeah,
Okay.
so will Kareen.
yeah, Romy's gonna have a sit down. So, welcome to most of you. Welcome back, Nomi. It's been a while since we last spoke. How has being away from the agency been for you?
Different.
Hope you took the opportunity to learn and
And
grow.
I'll look at each of them in turn.
Mm.
Just like, this is absolutely not the kind of interaction she's used to having with these people.
Yeah.
This is strange.
You look like super uncomfortable. Because you don't.
I
You
look-
always look comfortable.
I look like a soldier waiting on orders.
Oh, interesting.
I think Kareen's gonna be a little uncomfortable because she's just getting some uncomfy vibes.
Romy's a bit tense.
Colton isn't, because he's got his gun.
An associate of mine will be in a few minutes. Don't be alarmed. He's just come in to deliver a couple of things. If that's all right with everyone.
Which associate?
I don't even know his name. Is a new assistant.
Why are we here?
Well, we have inadvertently been keeping tabs on you.
I'm sorry, one.
Not
Why?
None of Mr. Lack, of course, you know, we are aware of you, and it'd be silly not to keep eyes on a potential successor to the Delac Corporation.
I'm sorry, you're saying
You
it
must
would
not
be...
be keeping a very close eye if you think that would ever happen.
You never know.
Potential.
Your base state is everyone should be surveilled, and it would be silly if they weren't.
It is impossible to be omnipotent. We were
Enjoy that.
We were keeping an eye on all of you because we need to keep an eye on our assets. To wit, Nomi.
It doesn't work for you anymore. And then I stop myself and I look at Naomi because I'm like, wait, does she?
Just the faintest tickle of a smile in the corner of her mouth, but it's not a sinister one, like a look of actual surprise. Like she genuinely looks happy for a second that you said that.
No. Nomi does not work for us. Although, you're always welcome back. If you would like. And I should extend my apologies for the Cornerstone incident. That has been dealt with.
Good.
Corner, what?
We'll hold off the difficult questions for now, if you don't mind, Mr. Nguyen.
Seems a bit unethical to be keeping tabs on your former employees once they've left your company.
When
He's not wrong.
when Miss Sine left our organization, she left behind a long trail of bodies. I think it would be unethical for us not to keep an eye on her and make sure she didn't continue making bodies.
Hasn't. Said, well, she hasn't.
Well, not as many. We have lost 2 agents and an asset in the last 9 months.
Maybe you're
Wait,
just
is-
being careless.
Is that the people that took Captain hostage?
2 of them, and an agent on Prioris.
I think I speak for everyone when I say either one of us would have killed those people.
No, and I don't hold any grudges for the loss. Anathema was extremely useful, but also majority uncontrollable
The
towards the
name
end.
was Anathema.
Also very easy to kill. I think your training may be slipping.
She was blinded by her desire to beat you. An aspect that was useful in your training, but ultimately less useful in bringing you back. And then the elevator thing opens up, and a pretty tall man, probably about 6'5" or so, very slender, very tall, walks in with multiple trays on his arms, and comes forward and says, "Excuse me," and puts one in front of all of you. They're one of those like intricate, like silver dishes with like a one of those covers over, you know. Yeah, very, very posh.
Sorry, a tray of what?
You can't see, they're covered. They've got like one of those silver bell coverings.
Oh, I look straight away.
Okay, there is a tall glass of water. There are a few little kind of like caramel biscuits and a pistol.
Oh, sweet. I'm gonna check out the pistol.
High tech. It's not a holdout, but it could function as a holdout.
It's concealable, but not hold on.
Yeah.
Powerful or just
Powerful enough to you know, as long as someone's not wearing body armor, probably powerful enough to penetrate flesh and kill people.
okay. Why is there a gun in here?
You all have one, for your use if you decide to use it.
It didn't take our weapons off us, right?
No.
I have no use for this, but it's a free gun and I will take it.
What would we need to use this for?
I've found over the years that it's useful to set people's minds at ease when they are first here. And as we talk, sometimes people have the desire to have a weapon on them.
Okay, don't take this the wrong way. I've been here a little bit. I've heard you talk. You're fucking insane. What is this about?
Which part?
I like hold up the gun, point, gesture vaguely around.
Well, I asked Nomi here, because she has spent enough time away from us to have hopefully gained some useful skills, some useful insights into the systems, into the life. I thought it was time she came back and we have a talk. I invited the rest of you here because in your journeys, as we have observed, you have wandered into a few situations which I'm sure have led to questions. I thought that maybe I could not only have a chat with Nomi, but also possibly get into her good books in some small ways by allowing the rest of you to come here and maybe answer a few of your questions. Hence the guns.
But how do we know that you're not just lying?
But
You don't have to tell us the truth.
I don't have to tell you the truth, but I will.
Why?
There's no reason for me to lie. Plus, you have a gun.
Oh, well, and none of you don't.
I have no gun.
I instantly disassemble and reassemble the gun and simultaneously check all the ammo to make sure they're not duds.
They're not duds. The bullets themselves, if you'll give me a second. I can't remember where it is, because it's been a while since we talked about it.
Side note, there's an easier way to check if that gun works.
Not untrue. Peachy, do you remember the name of that type of alloy?
Oh, the one that was guarding my lizard child.
Yeah.
I put it in... Is it in my locker?
Yeah.
No, it's not in my locker. It's blank for some reason.
Okay.
I think I've got it somewhere.
If you could have a little quick look of it. But essentially, all of the bullets are tipped with that metal. Essentially means that one of the things that can actually penetrate pretty much anything. So, yeah, they're legitimate and they work. So, that's my answer. You don't have to believe me, Miss Larkle.
Larkel.
Apologies, Miss Larkle. But all I can say is that I have no reason to lie, and I intend to tell you the truth. If you have any questions.
Why would you answer a question?
You have stumbled onto a few sectors, a few areas where questions will probably arise. I imagine that...
You're talking about the apathy.
I'm talking about the world ship. I'm talking about stations.
The thing that acts like a virus.
The Mindquake virus. Yes.
Yeah.
And other places, other situations.
Okay, start talking. What the fuck is the Minecraft virus? Did you make it?
No. I don't see the benefit to anyone of something that does that.
That calms people down and stops them from asking questions.
That kills people for no reason.
I look around. You're literally the head of the intelligence agency.
Yes. Whenever
They
we
always
don't
have
see
a
the
reason.
irony.
whenever we kill anyone, we have a reason. Isn't that right?
Money. Is it money?
Isn't
It's
that
money.
right, Nomi?
Yes.
Money.
What?
Money. Power. Money. Just want to be an asshole. Is that good enough reason?
Who did create the virus?
We're not sure. And also, we're not entirely sure it's a virus. Would you like the most current theory, or would you like the possibilities that we've managed to come up with?
Both.
Okay. How about we start at the beginning? The first cases of the Mindquake virus that we can identify initiated around about the late 2800s. Maybe 2879, maybe 2880, we're not 100% sure. It's difficult to tell exactly when it started, but as best we can tell, this is when it started to get noticed. Until there was an extreme event on Matari. I believe you're all aware of Matari.
How is sheepy?
Yeah, so Matari is in the Encroacher system.
Yeah.
It is the planet that was bombed at the start. It was essentially the cause, well, one of the causes of the Independence Wars between the EAP and the Initiative. It's essentially how the Initiative was formed.
Right.
A cascade event of epic proportions swept across the planet. With very little way to control it, the planet was bombed out of existence to stop the spread in a panic.
Cascade event of this mindquake.
It's what it seems. To be completely honest, there was no explanation and it came on very suddenly. The entirety of Matari started to die. And therefore, the people in control at the time decided to deal with the problem as best they could, or as best they thought. Unfortunately, it led to the death of a lot of people, but in the ensuing conflict between the Initiative and the Encroacher allied planets, the cases began to drop and stopped being a problem as much. Occasional now and then.
It didn't work.
It worked for a while. Until 3940. Kareen, you'll know this date, because that is the moment when the first scout reached the point of no return. Essentially so far out into empty space that if you go any further, you can't come back without dying.
I would tell them that in case anyone was unaware. Please go on.
So, as we reached the extent of our abilities, cases began to rise again. After noting this and still having been unable to identify properly the cause, we convened a meeting of nations. I'll give this to probably Colton and Naomi, but honestly all of you will know about this for the most part. There was a conference of the three factions where they all got together and essentially spent the entire time shouting and arguing with each other, and it broke up because no one could agree and they're all accusing each other of different things. And that's the beginning of the more recent conflicts, the ones that Colton was involved in. At the conference, we realized that conflict is one of the ways to slow the problem. And we needed time to research, we needed time to understand what was happening to us.
So you engineered conflict?
Absolutely.
So, what have you discovered with this research in all this time with all these conflicts going on?
We have the finest minds in all of the systems working around the clock for new ideas, researching in an attempt to figure it out.
Green, the conflicts are a band-aid. A fucking terrible band-aid.
Yeah.
But
So
an
in all,
effective one.
but in all this time, amidst all that conflict and death, you haven't even figured anything out?
I didn't say that. We have some theories on what it could be. The less likely but backup theories we have is that this is an alien invasion using untraceable pathogens to disrupt and stop life, pending a peaceful invasion and colonization after all intelligent life is eradicated.
Okay, this isn't the History Channel.
The next possibility is an ancient artifact has been awakened somewhere in the system that is slowly identifying and eradicating any intelligent life. We have played around with the idea of an alternate dimension having been opened somewhere, letting in psychic and invisible creatures to drain life force and multiply as they feed on us.
You could have just said you don't have a fucking clue.
Yeah, do you think we're dense?
Nomi looks absolutely unfazed by anything that was just said.
As does the director.
Are you aware of the incident that caused the loss of my previous ship and crew?
Yes.
That have anything to do with this?
We'll get there. Everything in its turn. The other outside but possible theories are some godlike entity has deemed our species unworthy and has either abandoned us or condemned us to extinction. Or
Now you're just making shit up.
What makes you think that?
Because God is dead.
Or abandoned us?
Or was never real to begin with?
Yeah, I prefer that one.
finally, the last possible outside possibility. And Mr. Lack, let me please remind you that in these hundreds of years since we identified the problem, we have made it our duty to consider everything, no matter how ridiculous it may seem, because it is worth investigating. And you may dismiss these theories, but hundreds of people have died over the course of researching and investigating these theories. So a little respect, please, if you would. Thank you.
I mean, once again, your practices and research don't seem very ethical.
No, they are not.
We should be respectful, right?
What does respectful have to do with ethical?
Just
You don't even know.
So, the other final outside possibility is a doomsday cult of higher technology than us. A secret society of extreme clandestine nature has been working towards the extermination of our species.
That is the most logical so far.
It is the one we have mostly disproved. However, it is impossible to prove a negative.
How is it? I don't fucking care.
Because if there is a extremely clandestine cult that is working towards our destruction, if we don't find it, the answer would clearly be because it is so clandestine, we cannot find it. Therefore, it exists due to the fact that we are unable to acknowledge its existence.
Schrodinger's cult.
Yes.
Fuck, damn it. The other cat dude or the dog dude?
Until you're in it, you don't know if it's a cult or not.
You've disproven that.
So, the current theory that we have been acting on for the last 100 to 150 years is that, to put it simply, our species has lost our drive, our innate ability to keep going. You could say survival instinct.
You're saying evolutionary depression.
In a way. This is merely a theory, but it is theorized that collectively we have nothing left to do. We have no purpose, we have no drive. There is no point to our existence anymore. And therefore our experts, our researchers have posited that this can multiply and coalesce within smaller communities and slowly expand.
First of all, that's bullshit. We've nothing to do anymore. We've never had anything to do. You're talking about the meaning of life. The meaning of life is there is no meaning of life. You live, you die. It's the journey.
finding some joy along the way.
There's no destination.
Which leads to a catastrophic emotional and psychic collapse within the subjects featured within the epicenter of the origination. The effect can vary, but the majority seem to slowly lose the drive to do anything, eventually dying with no fuss and no cause. Others seem to either not wake up or just be unable to strive back to consciousness, having fallen asleep. Essentially, the whole species seems to have a collective impression of a hopeless existence going nowhere for no reason. There is no point to anything, and people stagnate and corrode away to nothing. This is our current theory.
And that's the theory that you intelligent people have come up with.
The evidence is there, if you're willing to look.
Intelligence, not intelligent.
Yeah, that's true. So you've given up?
No. We have
No.
been attempting and struggling for over 250 years, at least. I'm not the first director. I doubt I'll be the last. I've done everything I can to keep us going.
There's only one thing life does, and that is be life. Everything you just said is nonsense. I'll believe aliens before I believe that. As a species, you don't collectively evolve to not care and die out. That is diametrically opposed to every form of life. How could you possibly come to that conclusion?
Because the evidence is there. Because that is what it indicates.
There has to be another explanation.
A cause.
We are always open to additional avenues to explore. We have explored many, but there are always new possibilities that are posited and either researched, investigated, or disproven.
How is my incident involved? Did we get there?
We were hoping to explore the... We had noticed that there had been an increase in sensitivity between consciousnesses. We were wondering whether that had an effect, whether as a species we were getting more emotionally and psychically connected to each other. And if that is true, then it could explain in part why we are so sensitive to this virus, which is not a virus, but there is no other way for us to describe it. So, a grant was given, money was spent, and research was done.
What does that have to do with what happened? What exactly happened? I still don't know.
I think that thing, Corinne, was an experiment.
We suspect that in exploring the possibilities of sensitivity, a cascade was caused by creating sensitivity, and it sped up the process.
So you were responsible for the death of my crew? And this ability I have?
Indirectly, I would say I am, yes. But then again, it is important to note that the majority of deaths, pain, and suffering in the system that is currently going on or has gone on in the last 20 to 30 years has been my fault as well, directly or indirectly.
Did it help?
So-
Did it make any difference?
We appear to have slowed things down. The use of cleansing certain areas when problems arise has managed to stop spreads repeatedly.
Cleansing, is that what it's called in your reports?
No. I will remind you that if you are significantly upset, there is a gun in front of you, and it does work.
You asking us to end your struggle?
No.
The reason the gun is there, in case you are so upset that you would like to take some form of revenge. Essentially, everyone who walks into this office is perfectly deserving of taking that revenge. I will not stop you. No one will arrest you, or if you want to leave, you will be allowed to leave afterwards.
This
Would
is
it even
more
do anything?
engineered conflict.
Engineered conflict.
Yeah. Like all the wars.
Engineered, yes.
And this is a test, another experiment.
No?
You're just done with being the head.
I'm only done with being the head if one of you decides that you want to kill me. In which case, yes, I would be done. If you all decide to leave, then I will carry on.
If you're gone, there's just probably someone else that'll take up what you're responsible for.
We're hoping Nomi, yes, but
You want... I think my head just slowly sort of... You can almost hear the creak as I just look over to Nomi.
Nomi is blinking very fast.
Nomi is the perfect candidate, one who's raised and trained to take over. And it is her choice if she wants to or not, but the desire
How many
is there.
other candidates died before you reached my name?
Since the beginning? Or
Since she's been a candidate.
oh, she actually goes to her console and tappity types. Approximately 5,000.
And were you one of these candidates? Was your predecessor one of these candidates? How long have you been head?
20, closer to 30 years now.
Right. Have you heard of the word retirement?
Everyone who works here retires.
Except for the ones that get shot.
That's what she means.
Oh.
She, like, her eyes soften a little bit as she smiles at you.
Whole thing is shattering Korean's worldview.
Yeah. I said I'd tell you the truth. And I apologize for that, but it is what it is.
No sense.
Have you tried not doing anything? Not starting wars?
Would you like to go and see Matari?
There has to be a better solution.
All your retirement means is the status quo is upheld.
Expand?
You retire. Devil's advocate, Naomi takes your place. Naomi does
Naomi?
the same thing.
Yes.
That's where I said Naomi. Naomi takes your place, does your job for another 20, 30 years, retires. The next one does the same thing. Why the change
What change?
of director? Because
I would be dead.
Do you want to stop?
every aspect is infected by the
Yes.
virus, and you need...
Why?
I've had almost 30 years of having to condemn people to death so that the majority can survive. I've reached the limit of what I can care about, the limit of what I can do on a day-to-day basis. I'm ready for retirement. I'd like to go to sleep and not hear screams.
What if Nomi says no?
We'll ask another candidate. Nomi is merely the best candidate. She's not the only one. We train many people for the position and for the positions required to help us keep going.
Did you engineer Nomi's personality? Is that why she was on that planet?
It wasn't why she was on the planet. That was a lucky coincidence for us. However, aspects of her training was most definitely engineered, as was her leaving the agency.
I wondered.
We required you to gain some form of empathy and understanding of what people out there go through. Without that, there's no point in being reasonably immune to feelings.
So you've gotten people to feel more and you've gotten people to feel less, but you haven't figured out an actual solution. Why are some people unaffected? Have you figured that out?
I'm not aware of anyone who's unaffected. There may be a few examples of people who can continue for a while. Eventually, as has always been true, everyone dies. Just as a sidebar, Roby has been sitting there completely like stone-faced, not saying anything.
Yeah, he hasn't said anything. Did you see my DM, by the way, Sheepy?
Oh, apologies. Do you have any more questions, or would you like me to continue?
Continue, I guess, for now.
Don't know anything. You never will.
What do you mean?
Just seems like no progress has been made in all this time.
No. That's not the point.
The point is to keep it going and going. To keep the race, the human race.
We are doing everything we can to ensure at least some modicum of survival. It's why we experimented with the world ships. We were hoping that the announcement of some hope would be enough to bring us back from the brink. The idea of exploration or some new purpose challenges. However, we also found out that as hope becomes more solid, the loss of hope is catastrophic, as I believe you found out. And so, we have laid plans to the best of our ability, create world ships in secret to send out into the stars. We will also begin work upon what will hopefully at some point end up being a bridge. Any of the world ships that manage to make it and manage to create a bridge on their end, we will be able to travel to at a reasonable speed that is not 80, 90, or 100 years.
Isn't there a risk of whatever this is just either passing through the bridge or going with the world ship wherever it travels?
Whatever this is inherent in all of us. It just requires something to begin it. And then, again, this is all theory and this is all speculation. The most likely answer is that we, through density and close contact with many others who feel similar, expound upon that feeling, fall prey to it, and slowly succumb. Almost like it's being... almost like someone being sad gets amplified and picked up by everyone around them. And it echoes in on itself until it cascades and breaks.
I don't know. How many people are aware that this is going on outside of this agency?
The governments, some in the military, your father, a few of the other corporation heads, they assist us as best they can.
What about my aunt?
Yeah. She was a big supporter. Did her best to keep people happy, to motivate people. We try. It's not like we just try the stick. There is the carrot too. But
So then why was she killed?
there is a small but growing faction who believe that our time is done and that we need to give up and to let ourselves drift away so something new can take our place. Something with a better chance. Essentially, they feel that we've hit an evolutionary dead end. That's Blue Horizon. Oh, the new Blue Horizon.
Insane. I think Kareen at this point would just kind of like lean back in her chair and just like put her arms around her legs like she's cold. Just sit there looking a little bit lost. That Blue Horizon could turn into that. Just trying to wrap her brain around it.
And a chair like screeches as Romy stands up. He puts his hand on the essentially he closes his tray with gun and drink and everything and pushes it out towards the director. And he says, well, I've think I've heard all I really need to hear.
Me too.
If any of you want to return to the ship, I'll see you there. Ship meeting when you're ready. And he turns around, walks out.
Naomi just watches the others.
And the director kind of sits back peacefully, well, no, yeah, as well as you can tell, and puts her hands kind of, in her lap, and just sits there.
I shoot at her.
Okay. She doesn't move, unless anyone tries to stop him. Just through the head.
No, through the heart.
Hits her, and she just keeps staring at you. Slowly closes her eyes, slumps down, dies.
Well done, Colton, because it's not as if any of us had anything else we wanted to learn from that, you selfish fucking prick.
Astrid stands up, storms out.
Oh, me. I'll be on the ship. Either see you there or I don't. I leave.
Colton stands up and walks out.
Do you want to stay here?
She blinked a lot in response to that question. And looks around the office.
As, you're looking around, the elevator opens again. Tall butler guy walks in without saying anything, goes to the desk, to the chair, essentially takes the director in his arms, nods at both of you once, and then leaves.
I don't know what that word means. Not yet.
Let's go back to the ship. Fuck with the others. We'll figure this out together. It can be figured out. All right? Green gets up and kind of ushers Nomi out.
Yeah. Do you go, Nomi?
Yeah.
Go down the elevator. Leave out the front. As you leave, the receptionist says, "Thank you very much for visiting. Please do come again." You leave out the front door, collect anything you left, weapons, etc., and head back towards the ship. And Romy's going to be in the ship, so anyone who left first will be first in to essentially join him. If you want. So just sitting outside the bridge in the the chill room.
That's why they turn in terra firma into a world ship.
Looks like it, yeah.
Another experiment.
Or hope.
Is it bad that I believe her?
I think
Like,
I do too.
I know the others are struggling, but I'm pretty sure it would shatter a lot of people to have your entire life reduced down to a preconceived, planned reality. And no matter how many years we as a species have been alive, we can never escape death or poverty or war or anything. Like, we've been to so many planets and so many stations, and regardless of how advanced and amazing this species become, people keep fucking dying. We never learn. And it feels like we never will learn. The cycle will just keep over and over, and it keeps on going over and over until we just can't anymore. And I doesn't matter if we make some massive big super ship and fly away. The cycle will start over. And
Maybe.
eventually we will give up on things and end up dead in our bunks. I mean, why was it so difficult for us to believe the guy in that station? Why was I going and scanning that abandoned station? Like, why we just couldn't quite hack it? It was happy. And I know we think we have these moments where we're happy, and we do. But underneath it all, it just feels really shallow. Because the cycle will start over again. And one by one, we'll end up dead in our bunks.
As a little aside, as Astrid's been talking, the rest of you will probably have been slowly walking in. So, that's one face of it. And I don't think she was lying at any point, but
It wasn't.
at the same time, that's just perspective. Before any of you came and joined the ship, I met the captain when I was neck deep in booze. I'd lost my job. I'd been sent to prison. Lost my wife. And everything seemed pretty pointless. It was like there was this huge, dark pit where nothing seemed worthwhile. You know, why do anything? And then when I met the captain, we got drunk together, and he told me some of the things that happened to him. And for whatever reason, what he said to me made me feel a bit better. So, what he said to me was that nothing matters. There's never been any point to anything, ever, because the end has always been there. There's no purpose to the things you do. There's no struggle worth the result, because in the end, it means nothing. You wake up tomorrow, and the same struggle is there before you, as hard as it was before, like you didn't face it yesterday, and like you didn't face it the day before. But that's fine, because that's how things have always been for everyone, all the way throughout time.
There's also moments of joy in every day, and if you can see those, you can at least enjoy yourself.
Right.
Like coffee and flying for me.
And
There's always something.
he looks directly at Astrid. No one asked to be brought into this world, which means that nothing you do matters. But that doesn't devalue what you do, because if nothing matters, then that just means only you get to define what matters to you. When you chip it all away down to the bone, there's no reason not to keep going, to not keep enjoying yourself. There's no reason not to find a way to be content. Because the biggest questions, you know, when someone asks you why, the answer is easy. Why not? You know? So, when the captain said that, I realized that nothing really needs to be perfect. Nothing has to slot in how I want it to. As long as I can wake up, find a little bit of happiness, find a little bit of contentment, that's enough for me. Because there's no score at the end. There's no evaluation where it's going to say you did a good job or you did a bad job. You didn't try hard enough today. Sometimes you have a bad day and it's alright to curl up and not do anything for the entire day. Sometimes you have a good day and you value that. That's it. For myself, and this is as far as I'm concerned for the right now, I want to fire up the ship. I want to head out into space, grab a job, go and do it, and keep living on here with you lot. That's all the captain wanted, and that's good enough for me. Now, if you find something else that will work for you, then I'm happy to help you try and find that. But if it's enough for all of you to be here, I'll happily keep you on as long as you want.
I'd like to tender my resignation.
It's been good working with you, Colton.
Yeah. You too.
I'd like to stay.
Oh, Colton, are you going back to the farm?
I'm going back to the army.
Why?
I'm gonna save the universe.
Would you mind...
I'll work my notice, Captain, of course.
Yeah. But would you mind the possibility of a few extra hands coming to the farm? Possibly.
Yeah, you know people.
Yeah.
We need loads of farm hands. The Greylicks apparently are breeding like crazy.
Alright. Nomi? Thinking about saving the world? The worlds?
Maybe. I don't know what I want, and I don't know if That's better.
Well, why don't you stick for with us for a little bit longer? And if you change your mind, we can always bring you back.
I feel the title will be filled.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Is it better not to know? If you're making choices like that.
I think it's better not to have to make choices like that, but someone has to. Guess it comes down to whether you think you can make better choices like that or not.
Maybe.
We'll see. Well, Astrid, I know you still got a choice to make, so do you want to stick with us a little bit longer?
Please.
Alright. In that case, it's about time we get going. We need to find a job. Otherwise, we can't keep this place running. Astrid?
I need to fix the boiler first.
Check on the engines. Yeah, Colton, fix that boiler, please. Nomi,
I'll get the garden up and running.
thank you. Kareen, on the controls, take us out. Alright.
Thank you, Captain.
Time to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And as the Deep Waters pulls out of the station and heads off into space, the camera stays there as they drift off away. And we'll end there.
Oh.
Sheepy made an entire campaign about existentialism, and I'm so proud of it. That was incredible.
I can tell you exactly what it's based on if you like. If anyone would like to go get a drink, do anything,
Taffy, we love you.
Mwah.
Oh God, my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Sheepy, can I check? Was she done expositing?
she could have told you more things maybe, but
I didn't want to ruin the I didn't want to ruin her telling us what was going on.
yeah, no, I mean it was all whatever questions you guys wanted to ask.
You'd convince Colton, like, dead set, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. And before he shot, he decided he was gonna rejoin the army and do it better.
Yeah.
Why did he shoot? Is my question.
Because he wants to save the human race. And in order for the cycle to continue and us to keep going, she needed to retire and they need a new director.
Yeah, she was so done.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm thinking for that, Sheepy?
Huh?
You know what I'm thinking for that, Sheepy?
What's that?
That you did my job for me.
I was wondering if Nomi was going to.
She asked.
Yeah.
What Nomi does.
Yeah.
I mean, she did ask, but that wasn't enough for Colton. Is when she started going into when it clicked that this is the circle of life essentially until we find a cure, or basically Colton wants to save the universe for the next 90 years and give humanity a chance.
So what I'm gonna do, everyone, is I'm gonna run the outro, and then we'll come back and we'll have I won't keep you past the show end time because I know a couple of people have to go hard out, But we ended it early, so we've got a little bit of time if we want to talk about things, and I can answer any questions you have left over. So don't go anywhere, those of you guys on the live stream. Those of you on YouTube, there'll probably be another video where we discuss all the extra bits and pieces, but we'll run into the outro quickly, and then we'll be back and we'll have a little bit of a chat. So be right back.
Where do I move in this world? Could you please tell me what the hell I'm doing for it? Bring me to my knees. I'm so stupid. Would you tell me honestly if I wasn't meant to be what I see when I dream? Where do I move in this world? Could you please tell me what the hell I'm doing for it? Bring me to my knees. I'm so stupid. Would you tell me honestly if I wasn't meant to be what I see when I dream? It's a big, big world out there. Plenty possibilities. All of them is killing me soft. I want the real me figured out right here, right now. Is this lifestyle the right style for me? Only with time will I see. But by then it'll be too late. Looking in the mirror at a stranger's face. If I wasn't right, would you tell me straight? Or would you let me? Where do I move in this world? Could you please tell me what the hell I'm doing for it? Bring me to my knees. I'm so stupid. Would you tell me honestly if I wasn't meant to be what I see when I dream? Where do I move in this world? Could you please tell me what the hell I'm doing for it? Bring me to my knees. I'm so stupid. Would you tell me honestly if I wasn't meant to be what I see when I dream? I want something great instead of all dismay, but I can't find my way. I fall on my face, I flatline my faith. I want all escape, let's throw it all away. Just like the thoughts I trade for a couple of bucks in this big bucket of love. I'm steady throwing my up, hoping for that 1 in 100. But fuck stressing the numbers. Pop this deck in your summer and see the inner of my head declog like a plunge. Y'all be akin to my feces, your best bet be the Bee Gees. The way you think living's staying alive. I got my head and my smile, but don't know where I'll fly. I'm just spreading my wings, I'm fine with taking my time. I used to rush it all out, I'm trying to slow it all down. Take my feet and lose ground, give them somewhere to hang. I always want it right now, trying to slow it all down. Take my mind and lose ground, watch it floating away, yeah. Where do I move in this world? Could you please tell me what the hell I'm doing for it? Bring me to my knees. I'm so stupid, would you tell me honestly if I wasn't meant to be what I see when I dream? Where do I move in this world? Could you please tell me what the hell I'm doing for it? Bring me to my knees. I'm so stupid, would you tell me honestly if I wasn't meant to be what I see when I dream?